Hello there, and welcome back to the mythology channel. I am Ramona, and we're doing some more Reddit stories, like we always do. And this one is going to be some Glitch in the Matrix stories. They're simple ones. They're small and short, not too involved, but just something to listen to and get your mind to wondering, I guess you could say. But here we go. Story number 1. They gave me morphine at the hospital after I asked them not to, and the Matrix didn't just glitch; it melted. I stood up to ask for a nurse, and literally everyone in the ward disappeared at the same time. Full-on inability to perceive human figures. You might enjoy Oliver Stacks. He's written about how perception is dependent on what our brains do in different scenarios. In your scenario, you were expected to see the man you were walking behind, so you've preconditioned yourself to see him when you turn the corner. But he may have hopped onto a motorcycle, crossed the street at a weird angle, fallen through a manhole, or been carried off by a giant bird. However, unlikely explanation as it is, it doesn't matter. It's cognitively unsettled to be certain of an outcome and see the opposite outcome in reality. Number 2. When I'm stressed, I always dream of bridges. Bridges that go right into the water, or how are scary high bridges. When I'm particularly stressed, there's a certain bridge I dream of. It's very high, very steep, and very narrow. In my dream, it's so steep that I have to cross over it by crawling on my hands and knees. When I get to the top and look down, it's as if I'll start sliding down out of control. One day, my husband and I were traveling in Texas on the side road to a small town, and, oh dear God, but there was the bridge. I started screaming, "It's real! It's real!" It was the steepest, narrowest bridge I've ever seen. I begged my husband to stay on the inside lane. I covered my eyes and screamed the whole way across. I told him that we were not going the same way home. Funny thing is, I've never dreamed about it since. Number 3. Many years ago, my 2 friends and I were walking down my street to the house, and we were past a property that had been abandoned for 10 years. We used to go inside and play as kids, etc. Missing floorboards and all that. The house was lit up, fire going. People were having what looked like a housewarming, and we thought, cool, finally somebody bought it and moved in. The next day, it was still just the normal abandoned house. Super freaky that 3 of us saw the same thing. When we thought about it, we had seen curtains, a sofa, all that stuff. But we realized that it was for someone to move in, we would have seen things like workers, movers, and all that. But there was nothing. Number 4. I bought a men's shirt that had a pocket on the breast. The fabric of the pocket bunched under the shirt, so I decided to cut it in hopes that it would fix the problem. It didn't, so I threw the shirt in my drawer to use for PJs. Months later, I take out the shirt to wear, and the pocket is fully intact. Freaked me out so bad that I threw it away. Number 5. I try to walk a few miles a day, usually the same way each time, which just makes a big rectangle. Basically, I walk down to where this old restaurant was, turn left and walk down that road, then turn left again and walk the back road home. The other day, I was walking and bypassed the old restaurant. Next thing I know, I'm walking down the same path I came from. Number 6. This happened a few years ago. My dog ran out the front door, down the street, and across a street that was perpendicular to my street. She was really booking it, so I ran back in the house, got my car keys, and drove after her. I stopped at the stop sign, looked across the road, and she saw me and began to run across the road back to me. Just then, a red car came speeding down the road. I yelled at my dog to stop, but she didn't. I just sat there, my heart breaking, feeling like I was going to throw up because I knew in my heart that the car had hit her. Except when the car passed by me and I looked, expecting to see her dead, she was just standing there, wagging her tail with that goofy dog grin. There was a big whoosh of air, and I couldn't breathe for a second, and things seemed to go in slow motion, but my dog was fine. She came trotting over to me and hopped in my car. She was, and still is, fine. I don't know what happened. I know she stepped off the curb. I saw her do it. The car didn't swerve. In fact, I don't think the driver ever saw her. See, she's a short, little, beige-colored, dandelion-looking thing, and she blended into the foliage. I still don't know. I'm just glad that she's still with me. Number 7. In my early 20s, I was driving to a concert with a friend. Typical of my car at that time, it started to overheat just as we crossed the bridge into the city. Now, there is literally nothing in the area but closed up manufacturing plants at this time of night. And this is in the very early 90s. We didn't have a cell phone. I pulled into one of the parking lots to park my car, mentioned to my friend that I don't know that we were going to find how we were going to find water. She hopped out just as I popped the hood and said, "You're never going to believe this." Directly in front of my car, on the ground between my headlights, was an unopened gallon-sized bottle of distilled water. It was the craziest thing ever. Number 8. I get this all the time, but in a bizarrely specific way. If I check out a new game, movie, TV show for the first time, going in completely blind, mind you, and specifically with someone else with me, I tend to call the exact plot down to the most minute detail, including dialogue. Been able to do this since at least 7 years old. It freaks people out, myself included some days, but I've learned to just embrace it and laugh it off. Number 9. One time I turned on the radio the classic rock station that was playing The Boys Are Back in Town by Thin Lizzy. I hate that song, so I changed the station over to the regular rock station, and they were playing The Boys Are Back in Town by Thin Lizzy. I still hate that song, so I switched over to the rock station on Sirius and heard the last couple of notes of a song, only for the next song to be The Boys Are Back in Town by Thin Lizzy. At this point, I just turned off the radio and listened to the road noise for the rest of the trip. Well, there you go. A few little simple glitch in the Matrix stories. I hope you have enjoyed them. If you do enjoy any of this content on here, I'd appreciate a like, maybe a comment, or share a video, or maybe even subscribe to the channel. If you like to read or color, please go check out my Amazon author page. There's a link in the description of every single video. New coloring books released every week, and just something to do for your creative side if you're into that. But anyway, thank you again for listening and watching, and until next time, we'll talk to you later. Bye.